Here, and today I am here with a buddy of mine. His name is Austin Swindler. We will be doing a series on my channel called The Noobs Guide to Yu-Gi-Oh! Take it away, Swindler.
Okay, so basically what we are going to do today is we're using this website called duelingnetwork.com. It's basically like an online Yu-Gi-Oh! Don't worry, it is legal, don't worry. Cops will not come to your house for playing a children's card game.
What was that?
Uh,
Christmas song just happened on my window.
huh?
Nothing, I was just trying to make a joke.
I couldn't really hear. Basically, what we're gonna do first off today, we're basically going to show you the basic, constructions of a deck, a little bit of the terminology for the game, etc., etc. So, if AJ can just go on ahead and click on deck constructor.
Oh yeah. All right, now Mike. Computer's being a little slow today because I am using Skype. All right.
And also the screen sharing thing will also slow it down some. Yeah, he's using a screen sharer to I can basically see what's on a screen and all that. Like I can see his mouse like move around and stuff. His cheating into the monsters.
Hey, you're the one who gave me this deck, so you can go bite one. Alright,
Okay, so
when you click on deck constructor, this is the screen that'll pull up, well, minus all the cards, because you'll end up with this screen, the new deck, you enter name. Okay, for this purpose, we will be making a, since I can't decide.
I got a good deck. How about a basic elemental hero deck?
A basic E-Hero. Okay, fine.
Yeah, just not too complicated, just a basic E-Hero.
Basic E-Heroes.
And also for this purpose, I am really quickly just going to pull up a quick deck list for E-Hero.
Alright. You do that while I go ahead and type in elemental in the search bar here.
Yeah.
Okay, for the noobs out there, elemental hero is considered an archetype in the game. And what an archetype is, so now correct me if I'm wrong with this. Basically what an archetype is, it's a certain, like, oh god, I don't even know how to explain an archetype off the top of my head.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to explain. Basically, it's a group of monsters that all support each other. And have some sort of common name or design typing.
I know the magician archetype, it's not typing, it's the way that looks. Like the magician look is like points. Lots of points. Dark magician girl, god magician.
Yeah, but those are just that's another thing, like name archetype, a theme deck basically.
Yeah.
Based off like a certain theme of monster.
Off the top of my head, I can go ahead and add a couple of cards to this deck.
Okay, yeah.
To the main deck.
Okay, I'll see how many you get right from this deck list.
Avion. I'm trying to. Okay, so now pick a number: 1, 2, 3, or 4.
And 3.
Okay, so that Percentatrix goes in there. A Bubble Man. A Blade Edge.
Yep.
Clayman. Okay, quick question. Will this go into Neospatians as well?
What do you mean?
Air Neos.
Air Neos? Well,
Neos and Spatian.
Really...
Okay, well, let's go into the Neospatians.
Probably not, because really, they're like, there are the two things you can do. You can either make an E-Hero deck, or you can make a Neos deck. The only reason why people put the two together is because of the fusion monsters, of course, and because
the contact fusions, yeah.
Series, but really, they're just like second cousins, basically. They're not really too much of the same archetype, but yeah, most people think that. But for this
Not bad.
basic thing, I do not see it in the deck list, so for this tutorial, I just wouldn't put it in there.
Okay, let me.
Do you want to tell you the rest of the cards?
Oh, whoops. Okay.
Okay, 2 avions.
Okay, so I need 2.
So just one more. Yeah.
Okay, so I just add that avian right there.
Oh, we should probably, before we even really make the deck, we should probably really, for the really newbie noobs,
Noobs.
we should probably explain what most of this is first.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I'm just really used to doing this. That's why you asked me. Well, first off, we should go on ahead and start with deck construction. That's what this video is about, after all.
Yeah, until we get into the whole gameplay.
Huh?
Yeah, until we get to gameplay.
Oh yeah, we'll get a little bit into gameplay. Basically, a deck can consist from anywhere between 40 to 60 cards.
No more, no less.
Yep, no more than 60, no less than 40, but basically what you want to try to do is get somewhere between
40 and 50
to 50 or so, and most people try to get an even. That's like a half monsters, 1/4 spells, 1/4 traps.
Basically, what he's saying with that is 10 normal monsters, these 4. 10 effect monsters, the 10-ish. Okay, let's see if I can find something. Then let's see if we got any spells and traps in this here. Does not look like
Just go
it.
to the top and sort by spells and traps. Oh well, there isn't any.
Okay, spell. Search. Nope.
Well, okay, well, okay, fine, but do you just want to do it later whenever I get to the spell section of building this deck?
Yeah. We can do that. Alright. 2 Avion.
Okay, so 2 Avion, and I was also going to explain the extra side deck real quick. Basically I'll go to extra deck first. Basically what extra deck is that's where all your fusion, Xyz, synchros go. I'll explain what those are later on, but basically like your more powerful monsters that need special requirements. To some of you guys see the purple cards, those are fusion monsters. That's where they go inside the extra deck. The side deck is kind of more complicated. I didn't really even understand until a while later. Basically, what it is in between duels.
Exciting.
You can go and take out any number of cards from your deck, and then replace those cards with cards in your side deck.
So basically, what he's trying to say here is, in going into the siding process, you can switch cards out, but you will exit the siding process with the same number of cards you entered with.
Yes, exactly.
So basically, you go into siding with 45, you'll come out with 45, but you'll have different cards in there. Like, for example, for my 6am, I have Temple of the Six and Dimensional Abyss, or something like that. I can switch those 2 out between duels. And I think my 6am deck has like 43 cards in the total main deck. So
yeah, 43.
That's
exciting. Another thing is with both the extra and side decks, you can only have up to 15 cards in both of them. That's why there's only 15 slots in the here. But anyways, back to the
deck construction here.
Main deck structure really quickly. I'm just gonna do a quick little get inside of like what the monsters, and if you can go over like a normal monster type card real quick.
Okay.
Show it on screen.
Alright, what a normal type monster is, it looks like this. There's nothing really special about it, other than the card arts. Like, for example, here, you have the green Avion, and then you've got the greenish-blackish Avion. Basically a reprint.
Yeah, it's just another, not really a reprint, more just like a different artwork. Well, yeah, I guess you could say reprint.
Because Because in the anime, you've got Jaden using the green one, then you've got, what's his face? Astro Phoenix using this one.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, because they
I
both
thought,
had hero decks.
I thought he just used the same one. That was just
No!
a...
You need to go back and watch
well,
those.
But yes, basically they're both the exact same card, just with different artwork. But
Like with the
anyways,
percentage
getting
checks,
to
you've
the
got
details
4
of the
different.
card, I was going to explain what everything was. Basically the little stars on the top.
Oh, yeah, these.
That
Right
indicates how you
1,
can summon
2,
them.
3, 4.
If it's 4 stars or less, like on Clayman, it has 4 stars. Same thing on Bubble Man. You can just summon it straight from your hand. So 1 through 4, you can just summon it straight from your hand. Normal summon. But if it's something that is 5 or 6 stars, we don't have any of those right here.
Not yet.
But not yet, of course. But it's 5 through or 6 stars. You have to tribute monster to be able to play it, which we will get into later.
I'm seeing if the E heroes even have cards like that. Wait, that's probably that. Yeah, we got one right here. Necro Shade.
Yeah, there you go, Nightshade.
Necro Shade, get it right, full.
Yeah.
And you call yourself a Yu-Gi-Oh expert.
Yes. Basically.
You have time.
No, well, yeah, but the thing is though that the reason why I didn't really know much about that card because it wasn't actually Jane. Did Jane use that card?
Yeah, he used it in the duel against the Gravekeeper.
Oh yeah.
Because he was trying to use his Rottweiler's ability, and says, "Oh, so your Necro Shade blocks all effects involving the grave going into the graveyard, but it doesn't stop effects coming out of the graveyard."
Yeah. But basically, if it has 5 or 6 stars, then you
need one monster.
Then you have to attribute one card that's already on your field.
That makes no sense.
What?
Okay, look at this. Necro Shade, 1600 attack, 1800 defense. Then you've got these two here. Like claiming here, you've got a level 4 with 2000 defense. And then, okay, I'll take 2 archetypes for example, like 2 different cards. Like the Necro Shade, he has like 1200 attack points, while there's a level 4 dragon type, not dinosaur, wow, dragon that has 2000 attack points, which is also a level 4 card. How is a level 4 stronger than level 5? That just makes no sense, Konami.
Well, actually, yeah, it kind of does. If you can go back over to Necro Shade real quick. The thing is, though, you gotta consider the card that you're talking about, while it is a level 4 card, it's also a normal type monster. So there's no extra effect. Well, this card, you gotta think, while it's in the graveyard, one level 5 or higher elemental hero, you know, something can be something without truth. Think about it, say if you have 3...
Here you go. Look. Level 5. Level 4. 1900. 1600. There is a there's a decent difference there between attack points.
No, you gotta think though, it isn't made to attack that much. It's made to be sent to the graveyard.
Oh, Neo Bubble Man. I said Neo Bubble Man.
Yeah. But basically, it's made to be sent to the graveyard more, because that way, once it's in the graveyard, you can summon something like what is it called?
Blade Edge.
You can summon something like him without attributing any monsters.
What's that? Oh, that's unmissed. Cool. Ooh, that's Prism right there. Prism. Okay, let's get back to the deck construction here.
Yeah. So because basically, I was saying, you need 5 or 6 stars to. It has 5 or 6 stars. You need to attribute one monster to play right in your hand.
7 and 8, you need 2 monsters, and then 9 and above, you need 3.
Exactly.
Like God cards, for example, level 10, so you need 3 cards. Unless, of course, you can find a way to reduce how many cards you need I know there's a card out there that allows you that reduces all tributes about 1.
Yeah, some kind of. Yeah, I remember you used to have that card, didn't you?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, you had it. You had it.
All right.
But
Okay. 2
yeah.
Avion.
And with effect monsters, basically you just read. It's like normal monsters. The bottom part is just
Slight description.
I believe it's called flavor text. I think it's called, and that's just like a little description of the card and all that. It doesn't actually affect the game in any way though.
Then you
But
get
with effect monsters, it's effect like this one. If this attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. Oh yeah, like I'll get more into what that is later. But basically, if it's an effect monster, then
read the effect, then execute the effect.
It actually affects gameplay. So you said let's go and continue.
Yeah, let's go and get this out of the way, so then we can, and then for part 2, like part 1 will be the deck construction and basic rules, and then episode 2 will be dueling with this deck.
Yes, how to actually play the game itself.
Yeah.
Okay. EJ, I think that now they understand monsters a good bit. Would you like to have me edit this part so it's just kind of like a little time skip thing to when we have all the monsters in the deck, so they won't have to see us putting all the monsters one by one into the deck?
Yeah. Alright, guys, that will end this portion. We will be right back with a and we have completed our Elemental Hero deck. As y'all can see, we have got a nice assortment of cards here.
And not exactly the what is the word, combination as we were talking about before. We actually have 18 monsters, 20 spells, and 6 traps.
But as y'all can see, though, most of those cards are cards to help me get out my extra deck, which we will be going over every single card in this deck in some detail.
Yes.
Okay. Leading the way is 2 copies of the Elemental Hero Avion.
Then afterwards is 2 Bercentrix and 2 Claymen.
And after that, we have ourselves 2 Sparkmen, a Blade Edge, whose effect is if this card attacks a defense position monster, which it will be ending up attacking some defense position monsters, I do promise that, I inflict a piercing battle damage to my opponent. Then right after the Senior Blade Edge, we have the Senior Bubbleman. When this card is the only card in my hand, I can special summon it. And when this card is summoned, I can draw 2 cards, but I must also control no cards on field and in hand to resolve that effect.
Okay, and after that is Elemental Hero Heat, and his ability is pretty good. For each Elemental Hero monster we control,
which
he gains 200 attack points. And after that is
his counterpart, Mrs. Lady Heat, looking quite fabulous.
And her ability is in each of the end phases, you can inflict 200 points of damage to your opponent for each face-up Elemental Hero monster you control in your field. So pretty similar effect, kinda.
Okay. While we were making this deck, I was talking to Swindler because we had to find a cards to replace our Stratos here, because he is, well, as you can see in the top left corner of the card, banned. Alright, after Heat and Lady Heat, we have Hero Ocean. Once per turn, I can just I can target 1 hero monster I control my graveyard, or return that target to my hand, and I can only activate that effect during my standby phase. Then after Senior Ocean, we have 2 Prisma, which once per turn I can... Whoa, what the heck happened there? I can reveal 1 fusion monster from my extra deck, which I have a full 15. I can send 1 fusion material listed to on that card from my deck to the graveyard, and that card's name becomes the sent monster's name during the end phase. Wow. I wasn't reading the effect of some of half these monsters.
Hey, I'll be right back. I need to grab my laptop charger because my laptop's almost dead. Okay, so next is Elemental Hero Woodsman. Excuse me. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can add 1 polymerization, which we have 3 of. And you can from your deck or your graveyard and add to your hand. Next, and least but not last, or
last but certainly not least.
Yes, is 2 King of the Swamps. Basically, it's pretty similar to a Prisma. Basically, you can substitute it. Basically, turn it into kind of sort of 1 fusion material monster. But the only thing is so that the other monster that you're using, if you choose to fuse it with another monster, it has to be the right monster. So you wouldn't be able to say do 2 King of the Swamps or 1 King of the Swamp and 1 Prisma. You wouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah, you could.
You would have to.
It could be a Prisma and a Prisma.
No,
it could be a King of the Swamp and a Prisma disguised as a claimant. It could do that.
No, it has to be correct. That means it has to, like, the original name has to be the card. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
Alright, I'll touch you here.
I've dealt with this stuff.
I'll touch you here. Alright.
And then you can also discard it from the graveyard to, same as Woodman, I believe was, to get 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand.
Then after that, we have our Axe of Despair when it's treated as an Archfiend card.
We never explained how the spell trap cards.
Okay, so basically what spell cards are, there are 3 different types. Continuous, normal. No, I was wrong. There are more than that.
4.
There's 4 types.
5.
5?
Field,
equipped, quick play, normal, and continuous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What Axe of Despair is, it is a equipped card.
You can tell by the little symbol to the right of the spell card.
That is the equipped. And I think we have 1 of each of those types, which we will explain as we go along. Axe of Despair, it allows the equipped monster gains 1,000 attack points, and when this card is sent from field to graveyard, I contribute 1 monster on my field, and I can place the Axe of Despair on the top of my deck. Next, we have 2 copies of Creature Swap, which is a normal spell, which you can tell because it has a little symbol there. Creature Swap, we choose 1 monster. We switch control of that monster with each other. Those monsters cannot change their battle positions for the rest of the turn, which could actually come in handy, especially when my opponent has 1 beast monster, and all I have in my hand is the King of the Swamp. I can summon that.
Yeah, I remember I was doing this kind of like his entire deck was revolved around that card. Like he had nothing but like really crappy cards, and he would wait for me to summon a really powerful monster so he could just play a YuGiOh creature swap and then kill me with my own creature. That worked extremely hard to summon.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But next is emergency call. It's really simple. You just take 1 elemental hero monster from your deck and add to your hand. We have 2 of those. Next is Fusion 8, as you see up in the top right. It is a field spell, and this basically affects both sides of the field.
Which basically means your opponent can also use the effect.
Yes. While it's on the field, either player can fusion summon a fusion monster without using polymerization. So that means you'll be able to, like it says, you'll be able to fusion without polymerization, but fusion material monsters
are
banished and sent to the graveyard, losing a bit of a crappy effect.
Next,
Next is Fusion Sage, which basically
one poly to
allows you
hand.
to.
One poly to hand from deck, and then shuffle deck.
Yeah, I didn't realize there were a lot of cards in this deck that let you get a polymerization to your hand.
You're forgetting the E-Heroes are very heavily wrapped around your side with fusions.
I know.
All right.
Not side with fusion, extra with fusions.
Extra. Whoops, I don't know why I keep saying side. All right, and then after that we have our Goblin Thief, which we have replaced our. No, we just added this card, just for the heck of it. Okay, we used Axe of Despair. Okay, we changed Axe of Despair in place of our Future Fusion, because that's also forbidden. Goblin Thief, we inflict 500 points of damage to our opponent, but we also increase ours by 500.
Pretty cool thing.
Next up, we have 2 copies of the Miracle Fusion. I can fusion summon one E-Hero fusion monster from my extra deck, but banishing fusion materials listed on it from my side of the field or my graveyard. Wow. That would actually come in handy.
It is.
Alright, then after that, we have the all-powerful MST, which is a quick play.
Quick play. Basically, what quick play means is that if the card is in your hand, and even if it's your opponent's turn, as long as it's in your hand, then you can quick play it from your hand. Common misconception though, it does not work like traps. You cannot flip it face up, even if it's your opponent's turn. It has to be from your hand. But anyways, next card.
Oversoul.
It's kind of in correspondent with the R and the E, which is reminds me we should add the hero trap card. Actually, our hero spell card. The HERO.
Yeah, I can go.
We're adding one more card.
Oop. No. I know.
There's no H card. It's just no. I don't think there's an H card. Is there?
Yeah, it's hero. It's a heated heart.
Yeah, H heated heart.
Okay.
Basically, we're gonna just add that real quick.
There it is.
It is going to hit sort by real quick.
Okay. Boop. There it is. Heated heart.
And now we're going to add one more card. It's just HERO. Or type in H. That was a bad mistake.
Is it a spell or trap card?
It's a spell card, I believe. But still, just type in hero.
HERO. There it is right there.
Yep, there it is.
Hero Flash. Hero Flash.
It's just a really card.
It's like, guess what? Hero Flashed you. Alright. I'll quickly go over these 2 effects. Heated heart. Target one face-up monster I control until the end of my turn. That target gains 500. And if it attacks a defense position monster, I can inflict piercing damage. Okay, so now you take Hero Flash.
Okay, basically what it does is, the H, E, R, and O, cards previously mentioned before, once they're in your graveyard, you then banish them, and then you can, special summon one elemental hero normal monster from your deck. That's basically, like Avion,
Avion, Persinatrix, Clayman, and Sparkman.
As we mentioned before, normal monsters. And then right after that, all normal monsters that you have on your field, they can attack your opponent directly that turn.
Prepare to be wrecked. Alright. Okay, we never went over Oversoul.
Oh, hold on a second.
Alright, I'll do it. Alright. Okay. Oversoul. I can target one.
What happened?
I don't know. My fingers. Okay, hold on.
I need to move the card.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Oversoul. I can target one elemental hero, normal monster in my graveyard, and dispose of summon the target. Next up, we have 3 copies of the all-powerful Polymerization.
This is how you fuse monsters. You unless you have something like Fusion Gate out, then you need polymerization. Basically, we have 2 card designs. We have one that's the newer card design, and 2 that's the older card design. Just for lay variety.
Yeah, for nostalgia purposes.
Basically, what you can basically what you can do is you can fusion summon one of the purple cards, fusion monsters from your extra deck. Using the monsters that are listed in the fusion monster from either your hand or the side of the deck. You just send them to the grave, and then you get to summon a fusion monster. We'll get more of that when we get into gameplay. But something I'll just say really quickly.
Go ahead.
Whenever it says using monsters from your hand or your side of the field, to do that, at least one of the monsters you're using to fuse has to be on the field, so you can't just use monsters from your hand.
That doesn't make sense because I've never done that. If I have both of them in my hand, I have a poly in my hand. I play the poly and I just send them both to the graveyard.
Wait, in actual, like in the Game Boy game or something like that, or you mean?
I've done it in all versions. Game Boy game, card game, the OCG, TCG.
I'm saying the game actually allowed that.
Yes.
Oh, well, never mind. Scratch that. Yes, you can.
Alright, after the poly, we have the All Righteous Justice. I can destroy spell trap cards equal to the number of elemental hero cards I control. Which can really come in handy.
Next we have one of my favorite cards, Raigeki. It's extremely OP. Literally, all monsters your opponent controls wiped out, obliterated.
I know they have nothing. They have 3 blue eyes, a dark magician, and a Buster Blader. Raigeki, goodbye.
Nope.
Alright, next up we have the all-powerful Skyscraper. When elemental hero monster I control and its attack is lower than my target, I gain 1,000 attack points during damage calculation only. So say, for example, just because I've faced this deck recently, say I have a wingman on the field, and I'm facing an Ancient Gear Golem. Skyscraper, I attack the Ancient Gear Golem, I gain 1,000 attack points, destroying the Golem, and then with my wingman's attack, or with his special ability, I can inflict 30,000 points of damage to my opponent's life points.
AKA, yep, you just stole that from the first episode, GX.
AKA, yes, I did.
The Skyscraper 2 is also pretty good. Both these are also same as Fusion Gate. They're both field spells.
I forgot about that.
Skyscraper 2, Hero City. Once per turn during your main phase, if you control this card like it's on the field, you can target one elemental hero monster from your graveyard that was destroyed in a battle, and then you get to special summon it.
As long as you either write down the name of the card, or you can remember it. Knowing me, my memory is shot, so I have to write them down. Alright, next up is Spark Blaster, which is equipped. Equipped only to my elemental hero Sparkman, which I have 2 of those bad boys. During my main phase, I can target one face-up monster, change that battle position, and after I use this card 3 times, destroy the card. Now we are getting into traps, which can help you but also harm you if you don't know how to play them. Okay, first up is Call of the Haunted, which is a continuous trap card. You can tell by the little sideways 8.
Basically that means that with normal trap cards, we should explain the type of trap cards. There's I believe there's normal and there's equipped, normal, equipped, and continuous.
Equipped?
Are there any more?
What's an equipped trap card? What's an equipped trap card?
It's basically the same thing as equipped spell card. There are certain trap cards that when you activate them, what was that one called? A Blasting Chain? Remember that?
I'm thinking off the top of my head.
Just look it up real quick.
What was it?
Blasting Chain.
Blast card trap, search.
There it is. No, no. Yep, there you go. Oh, blast wood channel. Oh, well, it isn't equipped, but...
No.
Oh, just like,
It's
okay, go down, like, right below trap. No, like, up, right there. Click it. Yes, there is normal,
continuous
encounter.
Okay, here I'll do this. Counter. Okay, this. I think this one has the arrow. What the?
What'd you do?
I don't know. My computer's a little laggy. Counter. There we go. I think this one is the one with the arrow.
Get rid of blast.
Yeah, I know. Ah, I did it again. Yeah, this is one with the arrow. And,
yeah, it is.
And this deck doesn't have any of those. So basically, what these does is, let's see if I can find one that I can explain here. I can probably just I can just do this one.
It's probably
like
something that's in chain to something else.
Oh, like trap hole is a good example. Well, no, it's not because it doesn't have it doesn't have that arrow. Dang, what's a good example of that one then? Jeez, I'm trying to find a decent example that I have in my Oh, here we go. XYZ block, for example. When your opponent activates a monster effect, detach one XYZ material from a monster I control and negate the activation. If I do, destroy that monster. So basically what XYZ block does is when my opponent goes to activate, say, a Utopia, I can activate that, detach one XYZ material, and then I can destroy his Utopia. Alright?
Anyways, let's continue.
Alright.
One right after that. Oh, actually we called on it basically. We replaced that in for Monster Reborn.
Because that's forbidden.
Yeah. And basically what it lets us do is we can go out and grab one one monster from our graveyard, and then
special summon it.
Yes. Special summon.
Oops.
But however, whenever this card leaves the field, like, so say that someone activated a card that would destroy this trap card, and that monster is also destroyed.
Like if they play an MST, target my
like
Call Haunted, and then I also how to get rid of the monster. Alright, next up we have the Elemental Recharge, which I gain 1,000 life points for each Elemental Hero monster I control.
So he has like a full field Elemental Hero, boom, 5,000 life points.
It's over 5,000!
We'll get into what life points are whenever we get into gameplay.
Yes.
Hero Signal,
which Jaden used quite a lot in the anime.
Basically, whenever one of the monsters that you have is destroyed and sent to the grave, you can special summon one
4 lower.
You can basically special summon one level 4 or lower elemental hero from your deck or your hand.
Wait a minute.
Which I think is a little, just a touch OP. Because basically say that you just had a card in your hand that you just pray to any card really for this kind of deck. Then you just go out and just look up whatever card you need and that you could summon, do a fusion summon with.
We forgot to put Wild Heart. We need him for our Wild Edge.
Yeah. Since I was going to say get rid of, we have a little bit over cards. I was going to say
it's fine. I can work with this.
I was saying get rid of one of the creature swaps, and get rid of one of the that's what I was thinking. Go.
Well, I'll test this deck out with what we have right here.
Okay.
All right. Next up,
47 is okay.
Next up, we have the Magic Cylinder, which Yugi used quite a bit in the original. When an opponent's monster attacks, I can activate this, and my opponent takes damage equal to the attacking monster's attack points. So say, for example, my opponent goes with a...
Blue Eyes.
Good, perfect example. Yugi versus Kaiba. He did this once. Kaiba went to attack, Yugi's Dark Magician with his blue eyes, choosing White Lightning attack. Yugi activated Magic Cylinder, the White Lightning attack went into the left one, came out the right one, hit Kaiba right in the face.
Exactly. Kind of, sort of. I mean, you could say that from Yugi's perspective that it went to the right when it came out the left one.
Yeah, good point. All right, so there, take up the mirror force.
This is once again one of my more favorite cards. I just love destroying my opponent's monsters.
Sakurito armors.
Suffer.
That's like my signature
whenever
card.
an opponent's monsters attacks, you can play this card. Boom! All your opponent's monsters are attack position monsters anyway are automatically destroyed. It's a really good card.
Alright, our final main deck card is Rakeki Break. I discard one card, target one card on the field, pop it. In the story.
It's just a really easy way if you want to get just like some OP card off the field real quick.
Future Fusion gone.
And we put those cards into the side to show you.
Oh, Stratos.
Yeah, but also to just show you, you know, we kind of sort of explain what a side deck is.
Alright, in our extra deck. This is where we get interesting.
Fusion monsters.
Yes. Okay, in your extra deck, you can have a total of 15 cards. It's here. 15 or less, yes. Most people play like 5 to 6, but I don't know a lot of people who play 15.
The way I see it is just that the more you have in your extra deck, the more, because you know it doesn't really hurt to have more cards in your extra deck.
But that also means you rely on your extra deck more. Like for this, I'm going to have to rely on nothing but fusion monsters to get me through a duel.
Well, you know, we don't really have to. I'm just saying it wouldn't really hurt any if you did put more cards in your extra deck than you have. So I believe that 15 is, you should always have maximum.
If you can get, if you have enough cards.
As many as you can, basically.
Alright, the first fusion, okay, you want to take first fusion, or you want me to take first fusion?
You do it. I gotta type up something real quick.
Alright. First fusion monster is Senor Absolute Zero, who's an absolute beast. I need one hero monster and one water, which I have covered with my Bubble Man. Oh, and my ocean. This card gains 500 attack for each face-up water monster on the field, except Absolute Zero. When this card leaves the field, destroy all monsters my opponent controls. Basically, taking them in a blizzard. Okay, so you're up.
Yeah, one, two, and okay. Okay. Where are we at?
Electrum.
Okay, Electrum. This has a lot of cards on.
Avian, Bersertrix, Clayman, and Bubbleman.
Avian, Bersertrix, Clayman, and Bubbleman. Basically, what you do is whenever you fuse summon him, you shuffle all banished cards, which I'm not sure if we'll have any for this deck.
Yeah, we will. Fusion Gate.
Okay, yeah. You take them and then you shuffle them back to your deck, which is pretty good, actually. And then for every card that your opponent controls that isn't a dark type monster, then this card gains another 300 attack points, which is pretty good considering how it already has 2,900.
Alright, since we are running low on time, we will continue this in part 2, which will be coming out in the
next weekend.
Near future.
Yes, near future.
Part 2 coming to a computer near you. Alright guys, I hope you all have enjoyed so far. Next week we will pick up with more fusion monsters and then gameplay time.
Join in. Same ass time, same ass channel.
Same channel, different time. Maybe Friday, if I have a chance.
No, I won't be here on Friday. Next Friday is my birthday and I'm going to Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh Lord, I forgot about that. Alright, well anyway guys, hope you have enjoyed. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Let's go. Let's aim for 3 likes since my channel is small. Alright guys, hope you've enjoyed. If you have, smack that like button. And I will see you guys in the next video. The Elephant Thompson, signing off.